guys, how are you? I'm finally back again. This is Elina, and I've been gone for a while. I hadn't posted anything. I've been not too good. I've been having a lot of pain, and I've been having a lot of anxiety and depression. So I've kind of just not been in the right headspace to sit here and do this, but I'm back, and today's a quick video. I just want to show you guys a little bit about what I do for pin care, and I'll go ahead and insert the clips real quick. And I'm not sure if you can see it from this angle, but I have a cover on. If I'm not able to show it in this angle, I'll just go ahead and insert some pictures. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Just make sure you comment down below any questions you might have, and also be sure to check out my website and my blog. It's still in the first initial stages, but it's getting there. So go ahead and be sure to check that out, and I'll link it below, and it's at www.amustardseed.com. and I hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, so this is the best I could do angle wise. I'm not gonna probably be able to get like everything exactly how I do it on camera, because it's gonna be really difficult to, since I'm doing this alone. If I had somebody holding the camera, it'd definitely be a lot easier. It'd be a lot more practical. But I'm gonna start off with the cotton swabs, and again, I showed you guys the wipes, and then the saline. What I'll do is I'll mix part of the saline, distilled water, and hydrogen peroxide. And what I do is I just do it like in a medicine. This obviously old, unused, clean, disinfected or whatever medicine bottle. And I'll mix them, and I'll show you what I do from there. So this one's already one that I had currently pre-mixed, and it's still clean, so we can go ahead and use this. I don't usually double dip in here so that I could keep it clean. And sometimes when it's getting really old to the bottom, then I do start double dipping so I can just get around to the skin. But usually as soon as I'm done with that, I throw it away. So take the cotton swab. This is also what I do. This is not medical suggestions. I'm not qualified to give anybody medical information for that. Just, you know, ask your doctor or reach out to them for what they recommend, the way they recommend you do this. But this is just what I do. And I've changed it up a little bit since I've had the first one, and I'll show you what I do differently now than then. Okay, so taking the cotton swab. Trying to make sure you guys, you guys can see this a little bit. So I'm cleaning around it. And so you're gonna get little things like that. So I'm cleaning all the way around. And see, you're getting that dirt and everything. And that gunky stuff is actually Neosporin. And I'll show you guys how I do that too. Right, so doing all that. Now this is where this is the tricky one. I'll just kind of like soften that up. And I'll also put some like of this, the spray, hydrogen peroxide spray, just to like help soften it up, because that one's really pretty junky. Also, make sure you really wash your hands thoroughly before starting to do this. I didn't even say anything about that, but yeah, that's really important that you do that. See, and this is where I talk about where I'll clean the skin a little bit, because you do have a lot of like dead skin and stuff. So I'll just do this like on the skin portion. All right, and this Q-tip is dirty already, so that's why. Just finish it off with this. And you'll see a lot of dust and a whole bunch of stuff. This is really something you can do twice a day. I usually do it twice a day, but like I said, I let it build up a little bit more than it usually is, just so you guys can kind of see how this works or whatever. I try to push everything away from the pins. What we're getting. All right, so that one's done for. I'm gonna get a new one. All right, doing the same thing over here. So basically, since you can't really see these other pins, what I'm doing is I'm going, let me see, let me choose a pin you can't see. Okay, perfect. You can see this one really clearly right here. So right here, what I'm doing, this is the wires that transfer it. So right here, I'm just gonna clean around it, going in like a circular motion around it. This is one of the ones you have to be the most careful with, the two wires that are transporting the bone. And since it's coming from inside you right here, the wire is really usually pretty bad, like dirty wise. So that's one of the places that I try to like pay the most attention to, like when I'm cleaning it. But yeah, I'll just go around it like that. And that's how I'll take everything off. And then let me just go ahead and jump to the flossing method, since you guys really can't kind of see me from every angle. It'd be so much easier if I had somebody else helping. Let me move to the flossing method so you can see. for that, what I'll do is I'll just use like a gauze, and I'm just gonna open it and cut it up. First of all, I'm gonna make my mixture of the saline, like I was telling you guys, and I'll do this in the clean bottle. So I'll do. Give me one moment. So saline here, that's how much I put, and then some hydrogen peroxide, which they don't suggest that you use now, but I'm still doing because I like how I think it cleans a little bit better. Okay, so I have that mixture already. And then the gauze. I'm gonna cut this down a little bit. Then I'll wet it. All right, so it's wet, and I like took out the extra, so it's not like dripping everywhere, because I am doing this on my bed. So okay, so here's the flossing method. So you literally, just like you floss your teeth, you floss in between. And you see with this one, a lot of it really cleans the pins out, because it gets a lot of the things, like, okay, like for example, that the cotton can't get, and the cotton swab can't get. And honestly, I like doing this after the cotton swab, because sometimes the cotton swab, like, it has a lot of like residue, and you just floss it off like that. Floss it off. And you can get, you know, as detailed with this as you want. Like, I usually, like I said, I usually like to keep them pretty clean, because just, it's like what you can do to like help your situation at all. Because this and infections and stuff, like, you don't want to, you know, you don't want to like do anything more, like, to possibly do harm to this. So and then, like, let's say with right here where the rock, this is where, like I said, it transfers the bone. So this is pretty dirty. So with this one, you might need to like soften it up a little bit. This one's going to take a while. You're not going to be able to just go in and like rip it off. But keeping this one as clean as possible is a really good thing. Wiping around it now. All right, let me show one of the top pins. Same thing. I put around. And just for anybody wondering, I have 17 pins. I've said that before in a different video, but just in case this is the first time you're watching this and still doing the flossing method. And I'm gonna do that for all of these ones. So probably just cut some of this out so the video is not too long. but continuing with the flossing method. All right. Now this one's this is probably the one that's the worst, like buildup wise. Like, let me see if you guys could see that. Yeah, that one. Yep, that one. It's pretty bad. And it is because, I mean, like, it's where my knee, it bends in the back of my knee, so it's pretty bad. So, yeah. Let's see what we can get accomplished with this one. Continuing the flossing method. Okay, so pretty much that's what we do to clean them. Now I'll show you guys what I do, like, for I don't know what we'd call it, but like to keep it moisturized or whatever. Okay, so as you can see, these ones are on the back, and these ones are really, really bad because it's harder for me to see these ones and clean them for obvious reasons. So those are the ones that are in the worst shape right now. And this is the other one right here. I don't know if you can see that far back. That I move, that transports the bone. So that one gets a lot of, this is, of all the pins, this is the one that's, I mean, this is not even the pin, this is the wire at this point. This is the one that's doing the worst. This is also the one that's breaking, so this is where the majority of the pain source is right now. This one, which you can't see. So let me show you the ones you can see. those ones are really bad right now. Probably gonna see if my mom can help me, but I'll just repeat everything I've done. And the very last thing, all right, so these are the last two things I do. And yeah, last two things. So here are the zero form band-aids. These are for me, these were pretty hard to find. I searched everywhere, and I ultimately ended up going with Amazon because they were the only place that had them. Most pharmacies were like, we've never even heard of these. So basically for this part of the pin care, what we'll do is I'll cut it up and I'll show you how I used to with my first fixator. This was at that point how they were recommending it. Now they've evolved for the to the Neosporin, for me anyways, like I said. And they recommend that you do it that way. But I'm going to show you the old way that I did it. And I think this is really good for if you're going to go somewhere where, you know, you're going to be around. Like if you're just going to go somewhere where you want that extra layer of protection. Like if you're going to go out, it's going to be like a dirty, dusty place. Or if you're going to be around animals that shed. Like my brother, when he comes to town, he has now 2 dogs and a cat, and they all shed. So this is when I would use these type of methods. This is when this method would most be like the best idea to do it then. So like you see, they're like wraps, but they come like with, they're pre-medicated with some solution. I don't even really know what it is. I guess it's an antibiotic. So I'll just cut this one in half because this one's pretty big, pretty long or whatever. And I will wrap it around, yeah, that one, you can see that. Just wrap it around the pins, and that way your pins are, you know, pretty, they're protected, more sanitary. And this is something that I wish I still did more of, just because I am sometimes around things and it does get pretty dirty. All right, so like that. And so you can see that one. Let me show you over here too, how it looks over here. Hold on, Nana, I'd put you down. Hold on. Like that. Okay, so that's that one. Hold on, let me take my little cutie down. My cutie wants to get down, so let me put my cutie down. Just realized I never added the one where I add the Neosporin. So this one's just really self-explanatory. I literally will just add the Neosporin to the cotton swab, and I'll just, let me pick anyone. Okay, they already have them, but just to show you guys, just going around in a circular motion and add Neosporin to all the pins. So I'll just do that throughout, and it really does help. It like helps it feel better, and overall, you know, it just is probably keeping it lubricated like that is, I think, the best thing you can do at this point. There's this little guy, Lily. Okay, so yeah, that was what the last thing I was missing, and now I'll show you guys how I cover it. I'll insert that. So this is the last step. This is what I'll do if I want all that extra, you know, coverage. No, excuse me, if I want to keep this as dust free or whatever it is as possible, this is what I'll do. It's just a cover, and I'm looking to work into making some of these, so hopefully I can start selling some of these on my website. But this is what I do. This is just the most extreme case if you want all that bacteria out, dust, whatever, or if you just want that extra coverage, you can do this. And like I said, this isn't a perfect solution because it does slide. It's just for that extra layer of coverage. So that's that. And I think I've covered everything. If I think of anything else, I'll link it or I'll add it. So that was it for what I have for my version of pin care. Everybody does it differently, and like I mentioned, I'm not licensed to give you guys any medical advice. This is just what I do as a patient, and this is what I find works for me. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll be back for more content. Hope you guys subscribe.